This video is my 10,000 subscriber. What? Hi everyone and welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. I'm Shelby and this video is definitely one of a kind and it's a pretty big milestone for me. I know for a lot of people it's like, nothing, but for me it's huge because I did not think that I was going to hit 10,000 subscribers as soon as I did. It was my goal for 2021 to hit 10,000 subscribers and I'm already here. So it's so incredible. And I want to thank everyone who has watched or subscribed. Truly, it means the world to me. I really enjoy making content and I hope you continue to like my content. For my 10,000 subscriber celebration, I had asked you all to ask me music related questions. It could be literally whatever related to music so you can learn more about music I have loved and music I love now. Just anything music related. I felt like that was only appropriate for this, but I really love the questions that I was given, but there are a lot, so I'm going to get into it right now, starting with the first question. First question is favorite album of all time or favorite album that never gets old. So I think it's really hard to pick just one album that's like my favorite of all time, but as soon as I read this question, the first thing that popped into my head is an album that I have adored since I was 11 years old, and I would say is a timeless album in my eyes, and that is Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I have always loved that album. It is such a strong storytelling album. Storytelling in that every single song tells a different story. And I think as a kid, I loved that and I still love it to this day. It can be pretty dark at times when I look back at what some of those songs are about, and the fact that I was listening to them when I was really young is a little intense, but it is a fabulous album and I think it really it'll never get old to me. Next question is favorite One Direction solo performer. So I've done I've done One Direction video on my channel and I actually do love a good boy band and I was a big One Direction fan. Still am, still love jamming out to their music, but my favorite One Direction solo performer is definitely Harry Styles. I knew it would be. I knew it would be. The sound of his voice and later One Direction years, I could kind of tell what he was evolving into. And his first album and second album are literally very good definitions of the type of music that I am naturally drawn to listen to. So, hands down, Harry Styles. That was a really successful group, and I do love them all, but I will listen to Harry's stuff most. What genre did you listen to before starting the channel? I got a few questions like this and I find it interesting because, to be honest, I really listened to a lot of different genres. It's kind of how I started this channel in the first place. I definitely listened to some genres more than others. So I would say, I want to say pop is the safe bet to say, but pop, in my opinion, is like such a wide variety. Like, when I think of pop, I didn't necessarily listen to bubblegum pop all the time, but pop influenced music for sure, or possibly also soft rock, I would say, because I listened to a lot of Elton John, a lot of John Mayer. So I guess pop or rock, but that's a very loose generalization. I think there's a lot of subgenres within each of those very wide categories, and that's more so what I was listening to. But I guess I'll go with those two genres. Do you have a comfort album, one that lifts your mood? I can definitely think of one that lifts my mood. If I need an album to just make me feel happy or in a feel good mood, I will 100% turn on Bruno Mars' 24 Karat Magic. 24 Karat Magic is the ultimate feel good album in my opinion. Like, no matter what, all the songs are bangers, whether they're fast or slow. That for sure is my go-to pick-me-up album. Comfort album, or I'd say like album that if I want to be in my feels that I feel like it gets me, would be John Mayer's Continuum. This is kind of a funny one. First full album you remember listening to, and what does it mean to you? The first full album that I remember listening to is definitely going to be an NSYNC album. I would say, which one? No Strings Attached by NSYNC is the album I can actually remember listening to for the very first time. I definitely listened to music before then, but that was the first time I remember listening to an album and knowingly keeping track of all of the different songs. And I was pretty little when that came out. And what does it mean to me? It means that I had a fabulous taste in boy bands because NSYNC was my jam when I was younger. And in fact, they were the very first concert I ever went to. So there's a fun fact for you. Favorite artist of all time? Elton John, Elton John, Elton John, Elton John. Hands down, Elton John. Favorite artist at the moment? That is a tough one. That's a really hard thing to say. I listen to so many different, but I guess if we want to say artists that I'm listening to the most right now would probably be Frank Ocean and BTS. What a combo. One song that defines your style and preference in music. I love that question, and I definitely have an answer. If I had to pick one song to give to you, to give anyone, and say, if you listen to this, you will get a better sense of the things I love in music, it is 1000% Elton John's Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding. It is an 11-minute song. It's on the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album. And I think it really, that song, when I heard it when I was really young, I think that song really put my love of music into overdrive because it's like this 5-minute long musical intro, and it's like dark and moody and complex and dramatic, and then it goes into this wonderful second part of the song that is very fast paced, very sad lyrically, but still just so satisfying musically. It has all of the things I could possibly want in a song, and I never ever skip that song to this day. So definitely, please go check out Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding by Elton John, and just know that that's you getting inside my head when it comes to listening to music. This is a question I got a lot, so, and I guess it makes sense why, probably because you see like a microphone and stuff back there. Do you write your own songs or create music? I do not. I literally do not. When I was really little, I would sing and I was in musicals and stuff, but all of this stuff back here is actually more for voiceover stuff I've done before, and I used to have a podcast, but I took piano lessons. I definitely have like music ability within me, which is why I think I like picking apart music and such so much, but not to the point where I was like truly diving in and creating my own music. I more so just liked analyzing and picking apart music I was hearing around me. So yeah, I don't create my own music. Womp womp. Okay, I got a lot of questions about The Weeknd, which does not surprise me. Will you do more The Weeknd reactions or like listing my favorite songs by him, etc.? And yes, I will. I still have a couple albums in the discography to go through, and I plan on, once I am done with all of the albums, to then make a video listing my favorite songs. But I just don't think it's appropriate for me to go and make that video before I've listened to every single album. So don't you worry, there will be more videos about The Weeknd on my channel. Do you have any rock reaction videos planned? I do, and I am so happy someone has said that. Rock is a genre. I recently uploaded an Aerosmith video, but I have not done as much rock on my channel as I would like to yet. I've been thinking about doing some Foo Fighters soon, so yes, I definitely want to put more rock on my channel. I enjoy some good rock music, so I definitely plan on starting to incorporate more rock into my channel. So stay tuned for that. Song that makes you cry even when you're happy. There's not really a song that if I hear it, I'm immediately gonna start crying. But one song I can think of that has made me cry the most when I have heard it is the song Joanne by Lady Gaga. It is very sad lyrically, very pretty musically. She sings it wonderfully. And I think that song in particular, the lyrics of it kind of hit home for me with different things that have happened in my life. This question is, last concert you saw before COVID, and who are you excited to see after COVID? Oh my gosh, I miss concerts. My last concert before COVID was the Jonas Brothers, and honestly, I am very happy that I ended with that because it was my first time seeing the Jonas Brothers. So, you know, preteen Shelby or young teen Shelby was really waiting for that moment. I waited over 10 years, got to see the Jonas Brothers. I had really good seats and they were given to me. It was weird. We like fell into these tickets. My sister and I just happened to get these really awesome seats to see the Jonas Brothers, and it was such a fun time. I was just so sweaty at the end of it because I was dancing and singing so much, just living my best life, and it was fun to hear the old songs and the new songs, and yeah, it was awesome. And who I'd like to see after COVID, the list is long, but I will first say Harry Styles because I was supposed to see Harry Styles in 2020 and it's been postponed to this year. However, I have a pretty strong feeling it's going to get pushed back again or canceled. So definitely want to see Harry Styles. I still have never seen Lady Gaga, so if she goes on tour, I would love to see her. Favorite artist I've found since doing the reactions, or favorite album I've enjoyed the most, or which was the most fun. So I don't think I can say I have a favorite artist I have found. I just really enjoy, honestly, I've been pretty lucky. I've enjoyed everything I have listened to, but I would say that album-wise, my favorite album that caught me by surprise, think I'm gonna say it's Frank Ocean's Channel Orange. I really, really, really love that one a lot. Like I've said, I've listened to so many good albums, but that one just was awesome. And there were some songs on there that, Frank Ocean's Channel Orange is really good. I have no words. Which was the most fun? That is definitely Be by BTS. I listened to my very first BTS album. I had literally not heard like anything by BTS before I filmed that video, and Be was so much fun and so surprising. I did not realize how many different genres they dipped into as a group. So that was the most fun album-wise for me. What song has surprised me the most that I have reacted to? All of them have been really surprising. The Weeknd has like so many. Like his music is just so entertaining to listen to because there's so much going on. But I think I'm gonna say Pink and White from Blonde, Frank Ocean, because it was just a whole kind of vibe that I 1000% was not anticipating, and it blew me away in the most gorgeous way. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that song. Favorite genre of music, or what genre do you want to explore more? I can honestly say I don't have a favorite genre. I mean, it's very, very tough to say. And also because genres are tricky because there's so many like sub-genres within a genre that I think it's just impossible to pick one. With that being said, genre I would like to discover more I'm going to say is R&B, because once again, I think there are so many variations of R&B, and I really appreciate most of the R&B I have listened to so far, or even before the channel that I have heard. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love the rhythm that comes with R&B music. So I would say R&B is where I am ready to dive in more. Artist collab that would be paradise for you, dead or alive. I would love to hear Freddie Mercury and Adam Lambert sing together, because like just vocally, could you even imagine it? Oh, that would be so cool. I wish that could happen. Best way to listen to music, whether that's the type of media or speakers or headphones. So for me, I really do love listening to music through my headphones. But if I'm not going to listen to it through my headphones, I do like certain albums to be on my record player. I don't think all music is meant for a record player. I definitely am selective. For example, music that's very, very electronic heavy, I have found I don't like how it sounds as much on my record player. But those are my two methods I prefer, but ultimately I'll listen to music however I can listen to music. Artist or band you think the world should love as much as you do? Oh, you asked for it, so here we go. Once upon a time, there was a band called Hanson. They released a song called MMMBop back in the 90s, as well as a lot of other great bops. They were the original Jonas Brothers, you know? Well, here's the deal, people. Hanson still make music, and it is really, really good. Oh my gosh, they are so talented. I've seen them live, and I just think that they deserve a lot more credit, because their stuff is good. It's really good. It's really solid, and all three of them are very talented. And when you see them perform, they're all switching instruments, and their harmonies are just beyond tight, which I would assume so. They've literally been doing this as a band for decades. But I think Hanson deserves more love worldwide than what they receive. I think everyone just thinks of them as long-haired Hanson in their MMMBop days, but now they're three fully grown men with beautiful families, and they make wonderful music together that it's just feel good. I think it's just good, feel good music, and I just really appreciate the musicianship that they continue to have. So they put a smile on my face. Their music puts a smile on my face. Seeing them live puts a smile on my face. I just wish more people would give them a chance. New music. When listening to new music, do you focus on lyrics or instruments and beat? Well, if you've watched my reaction videos, I try my hardest to listen to lyrics and to read along with lyrics, but most typically I get lost in music and beat first, 100%. I will always try and do both at the same time, but if one's gonna carry me away, it will always be the music, and beat will carry me away first as opposed to the lyrics. Favorite live performances. So I'm going to interpret this as favorite concerts I've been to, and I would say some of my favorite musicians live would be John Mayer, 1000%. Always, always a fantastic show. If you're into some serious jam sessions, then you should go see a John Mayer concert. Elton John, once again, he puts on a very long show, and just the way he plays piano and how the whole band is, I will always enjoy seeing Elton live, even though I probably saw him for the last time ever live since he's on his farewell tour. Let's not talk about it. And then the last artist, Bruno Mars. Yes, Bruno Mars is an absolutely fabulous concert to go to. I had so much fun. Oh my gosh. How do you organize your music playlists? So my playlists are organized by themes. They're organized by eras. Like I'll have a theme that's like girl pop queens, and it's just a bunch of awesome songs by a lot of different pop stars. Or I'll have 90s playlists, 80s, 70s. I'll break it up by like nostalgic ones where it's like maybe all my old Miley Cyrus songs I loved or my old Jonas Brothers songs. But then I also have a playlist that is just like my current go-to list that'll have about like 200 songs that are my obsession songs of the moment. But I kind of have playlists for all different moods, genres, and also my obsession list. I probably listen to my current favorite obsession list most, but I really do like to group my playlists for different types of environments and different moods I may have. The last question is kind of a deeper one, but I did want to answer it, and that was thoughts on separating art from the artist. I think that this is a very, very tricky question. I don't think you could possibly give a black and white answer to this. It is a big, messy gray area. I think if it's like separating the art from the artist, when it's like maybe the artist has done some minor things or made some decisions in their own personal life that you're kind of like, ooh, maybe don't do that. I think that's one thing because it's like everyone's going to make mistakes and people are living their lives. But if it's like someone is in deep trouble or made a huge, huge error in judgment, like if someone did something that was like a big, big mess up that like I'm sorry doesn't really cover, that's different. It does get tricky. It really does get tricky to figure out that line. It's very situational. I mean, nobody is perfect in life. So I do think more times than not, I do think I personally separate art from the artist. But with that said, when it's something that is really awful or it has really affected the livelihood of other people, then I find it harder to separate the art from the artist, because then it turns into, do you want to support that person? Do you want to give them revenue if they're maybe a really genuine awful person? But it's tricky. I really look at it from situation to situation. So there it is, my first music Q&A ever. There were so many questions, so if I did not answer your question, I am so sorry. There were just a lot to go through, but just once again, thank you so much for subscribing or watching. This has been so much fun for me, and I'm very excited about continuing to grow Shuffle Mode. I have been thinking and brainstorming of ways I could expand beyond just this channel, so who knows what will happen in the future? Only time will tell. We'll see. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Let me know in the comments if you have any other music suggestions. I will definitely be reading them. And yeah, thanks for watching, especially if you made it until the very end. And until next time, bye.